Cupcakes is a 2 to 4 player game for ages 6 and up. It has a push your luck feel to the game and is very simple to teach children how to play, and who wouldn't want to feed cupcakes to creatures to get them to the king and queen of Cupcake Kingdom. The goal of Creatures and Cupcakes is to be the first one to get 2 of your creatures down the affection tracker to the Cupcake Kingdom. And by doing so, you are going to be feeding them cupcakes to encourage them to walk down the tracker to the Cupcake Kingdom for you. Setup for Creature and Cupcakes is very simple. There's only a few components to the game. You have the game board, where you'll find the 4 different colored affection trackers and Cupcake Kingdom. And on the affection trackers, each player will be placing their creatures of their choice. The pink has your unicorn. The yellow has your Yalis. The orange has your Kitsune. And the blue has your dragon. You'll also find in the contents of Creatures and Cupcakes assorted cupcakes in 5 different colors. You have orange, pink, blue, yellow, and the power cakes, which are the purple sparkly ones. And then you'll also find your cloth baker's bag, which is where you will keep your cupcakes during each turn. And then you have your elixir tiles. Later on we will get to how you will use your elixir tiles. And then you have your creature power cards, and we'll explain later in the video what those mean. Setup is very simple. You're going to place the board in the middle of the table. Each player is going to choose a set of player markers in their preferred color. Again, you have green, purple, blue, and red. And you're going to be placing them at the start of each affection tracker. The Kitsune goes on orange. The Yalis goes on yellow. Dragons on blue. And unicorns on pink. Player markers are meant to be stacked on top of each other, so it comes in handy at the very beginning and when you end up having to share spaces throughout the game. You're going to place the elixirs in stacks beside the board, and then you're going to place the cupcakes inside the baker bag. Place all the cupcakes inside the baker bag, and the youngest player begins the game, and then play proceeds clockwise. The goal of Creatures and Cupcakes is to be the first player to train 2 of your creatures by advancing them on the affection tracker, impressing the king and queen of Cupcake Kingdom, and earns you a place of prestige, pastries, and power. In Creatures and Cupcakes, you have 2 different options when it comes to your turn. After you draw the first cupcake, you may either choose to stop, which is where you decide it's time to feed your creatures and gain their affection. You will advance your creature on the affection trackers that match the cupcakes that you have chosen from the bag. And then after you're done moving your creatures on the appropriate affection trackers, you will return your cupcakes to the bag and pass clockwise to the next player so they may start their turn. Your other option on your turn is to feed again. So if you decide to feed again, you're going to draw another cupcake from the bag. If the cupcake drawn is a different color, then you can decide again to either feed again or stop. But beware, because if you choose a cupcake of the same color as your previous one drawn, you have overfed your creature and made them sick. So your turn is over, and you do not get to move any of your creatures. When you have overfed your creature and made them sick, you do not get to advance any of your tracks, but you do, however, get to take an elixir tile matching the color of the cupcakes that have made your creatures sick. After taking the elixir tile, return all cupcakes to the bag. The purpose of the elixirs is to help you in turns to follow after gaining 1 to get rid of a cupcake that has made your creature sick. So for example, if you ended up pulled out 2 oranges in a row, and you did have the orange elixir in your possession, you could then use the orange elixir, put back that orange cupcake that you just drawn, and then you may continue with your turn to either choose to stop there or feed again. Use your elixir to then return to the elixir pool. Your orange cupcakes will advance your creature along the affection tracker in the orange section of the board, which is in the upper left hand side. The yellow cupcakes will advance your creature in the yellow affection tracker section, which is in the upper right hand corner of your board. Then you have your blue, and they will advance your creature in the blue affection section, which is in the bottom left hand side. And then lastly, for advancing, you have the pink cupcakes, which will advance you on the pink side, which does look a little purple but is in the bottom right hand side of your player board. And that is the 4 cupcakes that will advance your creature along the affection trackers. But like I mentioned before, there's a 5th color, the purple one with sparkles. They are called the power cakes. The power cakes are special. While they do not advance your creature any further up on the affection trackers, that is how you gain the power cards. And the power cards can have various effects on the gameplay. Some are play immediately, some are play on your next turn, and there is a few cards in there where you play based on another player's moves. And on the card it'll say right below the picture whether it is a play immediately, play on another player's turn, or play at the start of yours. Now, one thing when it comes to overfeeding and you do happen to draw 2 purples in a row, you do still get both of those power cards, but then you may choose an elixir of your choice. So while you still overfed them, you don't get to advance any of your trackers, but you do still get both of those power cards and an elixir color of your choice. So that's a fun little thing within the game with the sparkly purple ones, and there is only 5 in the game. So the odds of getting them in a row is slim, but 100% possible to get 2 in a row. The game immediately ends when the first player has advanced 2 of their markers completely down the affection tracker to the center space. Then this player is declared the champion of Cupcake Kingdom Creature Competition, and they are the winners of the game. In this example of Creatures and Cupcakes, I'm going to play a 2-player game so you can get the gist of how Creatures and Cupcakes works. So I'm going to start by picking out my first cupcake. I pulled out a yellow. I'm going to choose to feed again. And then I pulled out a pink. I'm going to choose to feed one more time, see what I can get. And I got another pink. So I have overfed my creature. So they go back in the bag. And I gain a pink elixir token. Next I'm going to go for red. Red has picked out orange. They're going to choose to feed again. And red has now picked out the purple, which means they get a power card. In this power card, he gets to play immediately. It's called Chaos Creature. Here you may swap the spots of 2 creatures on any affection tracker of your choice. So since none are in any different positions, we're not going to use that card, but there you would flip-flop any 2 creatures of your choosing on any affection tracker of your choice. Player red is going to choose another cupcake, and they've chosen blue. The red player has now chosen to stop and feed their creatures. So they have 1 orange cupcake, so they are going to advance on the red 1, and 1 blue cupcake, they are going to advance on the blue 1. Then they are going to put the cupcakes back in the bag, and the green player is now going to take their turn. The green player has picked out an orange. They are going to choose again. They have now picked out a pink. Now keep in mind they already had the pink elixir token, so if they do end up getting a pink again, they may use this to discard the cupcake that they have just picked out, in this case pink, and put it back in the bag and then choose to continue on with their turn. So let's see how they do. They have picked blue. So they're going to choose to play again. They're really feeling this push your luck style game, and they ended up getting a purple cupcake. So they're going to choose their card, and there's a play immediately as well, which is Fearsome Hunger. Here they may draw 2 cupcakes and move forward on the corresponding affection trackers. Power cupcakes let them advance on an affection tracker of their choice. After you are done moving, you're going to put the cupcakes back in the bag. So here, the green player gets 2 freebies. They have chosen blue and orange. So they are going to immediately put one up on blue and one up on orange. And now that they have moved them, they are going to go back in the bag. And the green player has chosen to stop and feed their creatures. They get to move one on the orange, one on the pink, and one on the blue. So they are now currently in the lead in 3 different spots. They are now going to put them back in the bag, and play continues as such. The green player and the red player have really moved a great deal. So now let's see who can get to the center first. So the green player is now next, and they are going to choose cupcakes. They have picked out a yellow cupcake, an orange cupcake, and then they picked a blue cupcake. Green player has chosen to stay. So now they are going to go one on the yellow, one on the orange, and one on the blue. And they're going to put it back in the bag, and now it is Red's turn. Red's first cupcake is yellow. They are going to choose to feed again, and they pull out an orange. They're going to choose to feed again, and they pulled out a purple. So immediately they get a card. They got another chaos creature. They may swap the spots of 2 creatures on any affection tracker of their choice. So they are going to choose to switch themselves with green on the orange tracker. And they are going to choose to go one to see if they can get one more. And they got pink. They're going to press their luck a little bit more, and let's see what they end up getting. They got a blue. Red has chosen to stop and feed their creatures. They move one on the yellow, one on the orange, one on the pink, and one on the blue. Now they are going to put their cupcakes back in the baker's bag, and it is the green player's turn again. The green player has chosen a blue. They're getting really close. That'll put them right at the first creature at Cupcake Kingdom, but they're going to press their luck and see how far they can really get. They pulled out an orange cupcake. They're going to go again. They're getting close on the yellow. They're hoping for a yellow. They got a pink cupcake. They're going to do it again. Now they got another pink cupcake, but they still have their pink elixir. So they are going to now use the pink elixir and discard the pink cupcake back into the bag. They're going to put their elixir back over in the pool. And they are going to choose to stop and feed. The green player has gotten their first creature to Cupcake Kingdom on the blue. They're going to advance one on the orange and one on the pink. Now it's red player's turn. So let's see if red player can get their pink and their yellow there, because they're awful close, and so is their orange. So they have a high chance depending on how much they want to press their luck. And their first cupcake they draw is purple. This is another play immediate card. It's a cunning trickster. Move another player's creature ahead 1 space, tracker of your choice. Then they must move yours a total of 2 spaces on an affection tracker or trackers of your choice. So they're going to discard that, and they are going to move green 1 up on the orange, and they would like green to move them 1 up on yellow and 1 up on pink. Now red is chosen to choose again. They got a yellow, so that'll get their first creature in there, and they're going to choose to press their luck again. They got blue. They're really hoping for that pink, so they're going to press their luck again. They got yellow again, which that's not going to help them, but that's okay. At least they didn't get a blue, so they can continue to feed again and hope for that pink. And there it is. They got the pink, so they are going to choose to stop and feed. They're going to move 1 on the yellow, which gets them to Cupcake Kingdom. They're going to move 1 on the blue. They don't need another yellow. And now they're going to move 1 on the pink, and they got their second creature in Cupcake Kingdom. Player red is now the Cupcake Creature Champion, and that is how you play Creatures and Cupcakes. Creature and Cupcakes has that press your luck feel to it, and a quick and easy game, so it doesn't take real long, but it definitely is packed with a lot of fun. With the power cards that you can get whenever you pull the power cakes, and the competition amongst the other creatures to get your creatures to Cupcake Kingdom first. It has a lot of take that within the power cards, because you can really mess somebody up on their affection tracker whenever you get the power card where you get to move 2 creatures on an affection tracker. You get to swap their spots, or you can really get yourself a lot of help if you get the power card that allows you to move another opponent's creature on the tracker 1, but then they have to move yours on 2 spaces of your choice. So I think that's a nice little feature in Creature and Cupcakes that gives it a little more feel for the older adults that want to play with you as well. And it is very easy to teach your non-gamer friends. It is very simple for kids to play. Most kids will probably just gravitate towards it because of being able to feed creatures cupcakes. But it makes it even simpler the way Social Sloth Games has made it. Another cute little feature of the game is just all the really nifty artwork they put into it, because definitely the creatures on this box look hungry. Hence you have to feed them cupcakes to convince them to meet the king and queen of Cupcake Kingdom. Creature and Cupcakes is a good filler game. It's a game you can use to start your night out with new people, or a game you can use to end your night if you just want to get in one more quick game and only have like about 30 minutes to play. Creatures and Cupcakes is a very good go-to for that, because you don't feel like you're just there playing a quick game, because you still have that adrenaline rush and hope you do not pick 2 of the same color cupcakes in a row, and hoping to not get pushed back via other people's power cards. It is an easy game to teach your non-gamer friends if you're trying to introduce people to the hobby, or if you're just trying to have a quick and easy game night with friends and family who aren't big into board gaming. Creatures and Cupcakes is a very good go-to for them as well. It is a game I highly recommend. You can play with your kids, gets them into the mood of board gaming, gets them in the start of the hobby, and it is very quick and easy to learn. You really just need to know your colors. So as long as your kid knows their colors, they're going to love this game, because they get to move creatures based on the color cupcakes they choose. So it's a lot of fun for kids, and who wouldn't want to be moving around a Gallus and a Kitsune and a Unicorn? Because I mean, after all, it's lots of fun. Who doesn't want to control a unicorn? So that's my review and how-to on Cupcakes and Creatures.